defend your country. That's what's spiritual about that so-called draft. Them white boys understand that when America go to war, as a man in America, I gotta go to war to defend my country. So black man, what's your problem? You don't understand that we're at war under these so-called oppressors. As a black man, when you're born a black man, when it's time to go to war, you must go to war. You must go to war for your people. And I ain't talking about picking up guns or none of that. I'm talking about you can't get high and be a leader. You can't sell drugs and be a leader. You can't be addicted to drugs and be a leader. It's time to go to war. So when it's time for war, what you in a nation that has your people in oppression, when you're a black man, you must be a leader. That's what's spiritual about the white man. He knows how to get power and have authority in the earth. He knows that when a white boy is born, he got to be drafted.
This knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. When we finally were able to arrange for these for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahar. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho. From there, we'd like to introduce Five Shield General and Priest Maria Oliver. We'd like to salute this brother. Macho. Next.
To our country, probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. Get down! Get down! Shoot! Shoot! Over there! Over there! Over there! Shoot! Months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Lá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. You can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, formed out of 125th Street, New York, the Commander General. And we are the home of the truth.
We are here today, here in Houston, to rehearse the righteous acts, brother, of keeping what our forefathers kept, and that's called the Sabbath service, where we go over the scriptures, not only in the English, but in the Hebrew. You understand?
There's no better way to do that than what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? We go over the scriptures in the Old Testament, we read them in the Hebrew, and then we read them in the English, and then we break them down, man. This is our culture to a T, man. And we are the priests and prophets ordained by God to teach the Bible.
The Christian church does nothing but create victims. You understand? And it's the I.S.U.P.K's job to heal those victims, heal them of not having an identity, heal them of the lies that they have been told in the atrocities that they have faced in the Christian church, man. It is our job in the I.S.U.P.K to teach our people the truth and have a better understanding of the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High God has given us. You understand? Because we are not getting fed this in the Christian church, in a Muslim mosque, or whatever other denominations that our people subscribe to, man.
Join us this Sabbath live from the U.P.K. Shalom.
Called Change of World. Some of you heard about it. Some of you asked me about it. It's about how in the future, according to the Bible, blacks will eventually rise over all other societies based on the power of Christ and his deliverance. It's a very power-packing book, has many scriptures in it, and it's a very, very deep book. I encourage you to get it. That book is $9.99 plus $2.95 postage and handling. You could write me here and you can get that. I also have another book called Brief History of the Illuminati. A lot of you have heard about George Bush's New World Order and how the UN is coming together. You're interested in how the summits are going and how things are happening. I got news for you. That is a pre-planned program that has started back in the 1700s. And it's right on up to the Bush administration. It is totally orchestrated by Satan. And this book is very, very heavy. I want to tell you a little bit about these videotaping cassettes before I take a couple of more calls. History of the World, Street Wars, The Real Jews Are Black, The True Color of Christ, The Third World's War. These are just to name a few of the videotapes and cassettes. All our videotapes and transcripts, we keep them at a very low price of $19.95. Right in. And let me say this to all you brothers and sisters out there. You need these kind of books and these tapes in your library. This is a must. These are the kind of things that we need to be teaching our children. Okay, once they've learned the ABCs, before they get indoctrinated with Western civilization and George Washington and things like that, we need to know a little more about a stronger foundation about the truth about ourselves. Okay, that's enough on that. Let me just run this.
It's been another historic day.
Shalom, YAHANNA. This is Hakayan Karab of the I.S.U.P.K in London. And my name means ready for battle. Shalom, brothers.
There's one west. 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 There's one west.
Shalom, Yahweh.
I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Ready to rock? Are we on the air? Yeah. Are we broadcasting? Yeah. Clap it up, Bakim. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you, good job, Bakim. Listen, here we are on Commanding General YAHANNA's show. He will be here shortly. Tonight, if you have heard about the Donald Trump incident, if you have an alternative explanation of what happened this week, come on and talk about it this week, man. Don't be afraid to talk about what they call conspiracy theories this week. Our oppressor is the devil, and he has a mind to do all manner of mischief. And you're not wrong for knowing who he is and knowing how he thinks and knowing what kind of mischief he has in mind. You bring it up this week. The brothers in the room they'll talk about what happened this week online. If you have a theory about the Donald Trump so-called assassination, let's talk about it tonight, bro. I also have some information, Haas, that I went and found. Because I've been wondering, Haas, for 3 weeks, why the Democrats turned against Joe Biden. I looked at Joe Biden and I said, why are they against him? CNN, MSNBC, for the last 3 weeks have been only talking negatively about Joe Biden. I went and found out some evidence that might be the reason, the cause thereof. And of course, this week, Donald Trump has an assassination attempt that, of course, doesn't unalive him, but catapults him ahead in the polls.
Yes, it did, General.
That's what it did. If you have your theory about what happened, man, come tell us, man. Come tell Commanding General YAHANNA what happened. He'll be here shortly. For now, we're here with General Hazayan, Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, all the officers, various officers out of Philly that came in here tonight, man. They'll also be talking with you here tonight. Before Commanding General YAHANNA gets here, he'll focus, of course, on the news of today and the prophecies of the day. We're going to go into Yediah's stories. Hold up, before I go into that, Haas.
Sir.
Bring out, Haas had some videos sitting here in front of his desk today. I dared not touch him. I saw him and they was tempting me, calling to me. But I did not touch him, Haas, because I knew they were yours. I saw him sitting in front of your seat. I dared not touch him. I didn't touch him. Tell everyone what you have here today, Haas.
All right, we got two VHS cassette tapes, right? Y'all remember these? Remember these back in the day, baby? Like these were the Jones back then. I remember these, right? Old school, right? Well, the reason why we have these is because we got a lot of stuff that we found that we had been having for a long time. A lot of y'all talk that garbage and filth, especially you lavender lads about we to refurbish. Well, we got proof about being refurbished right here and about Commanding YAHANNA. A lot of y'all don't want to fall in line, but I learned early on coming to the truth that Commanding YAHANNA was the top general in the nation under the hedge. Right. You understand? Back during this time. So listen, we got one tape here where, let me see. It says, listen, the tape is addressed to General YAHANNA. It says, to General YAHANNA from Priest I.S.U.P.K regarding Portland footage.
Show it on his camera, House, if you don't mind. They don't believe
a
a damn thing you tell them.
Hey, I know y'all think I'm lying, huh?
Put it on
Y'all
there.
think we playing games, huh? Do you think we playing games? Nah, we ain't playing games, baby. You understand? Here we go, right here. All right, perfect. You understand? Like we was in Portland before the internet. Before all this internet stuff y'all into and everything. We was in Portland. This is the early 90s right here. This one this is. What, right here? Oh, no, yeah, but I wanted to see right here because it's showing something certain I want to see.
What's the other side you mean, though, Mara?
He's talking about this right here.
Oh,
yeah, but no, okay, Mara, I don't want
the
that.
other one.
I like this.
Go ahead,
because you know why I say Mara? It says, to who? Commander General YAHANNA. And tell you from who sent it. Mm-hmm. And what is it regarding? Mm-hmm. Portland, Oregon, y'all.
Now remember that. Now that's from the early 90s. Men going to Portland, Oregon to scout out camps for Commanding General YAHANNA. If you're a fake Israelite and you're operating in Portland, Oregon, you're out of order, Rocker. You should leave that state. You should go somewhere where Commanding General YAHANNA has never set up camps, like Mars or the effing moon. He ain't been there yet, as far as I know.
Yeah.
As far as I know, you gotta ask him. Maybe I'm wrong, but he has been to Portland. Yeah. He has been to Portland. Show him the other video, Haas.
There's the other one. Now this one here. Okay, this is one here. I think Marab gonna like this one because it just got the one side of it, right? It got brothers on here. Kadar Matah, Sha'al Danya'ala, and Dawada. And here's a date on this here, y'all. And this is the key we trying to tell y'all, man. Like, if you in a so-called Israelite group and you're the fake one, more than likely you learned from somebody else in the school back in the day. Yeah. More than likely. Cats that left and just didn't hold their rank and they didn't, uphold what they oath they took. You come in here and you take an oath. All poured in the head, it's an oath. Now, Mariah, see if we can get this on here, right? What's important on this one I want to show y'all is the date. Is the date. Go, let's see. Let me see. Let me know. Yeah. Okay, come on. What is it? What's the date on here, brother? 8/22/1992. You hear me? 8/22/1992. Yahweh Shira Shabrakatah. Why y'all let them tell ladies?
Wrap it up.
Right.
No sweat. I was gonna say, Commander Jenny Hanna, I was born 2 weeks after that tape was made.
Dang. You know what I'm saying? We show you how the work of the Lord will keep you young, keep your spirit running. You know what I'm saying? That's why this lecture is so good we get ready to have, because it's going to help us to, you're going to learn the lessons on how to do this work with longevity, usual thwata, with longevity. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
How you fight demons for 10, 20, 30, 40 years like we do. Save brothers' lives, bring them out the truth, stay energized, stay strong, stay fearless, focus on the mission. Is an artwork to it, you know what I mean? And we got it. We're gonna show it to you. Hope everybody get out to Detroit. You know what I mean? That's a particular good tape for all those that want to try to lie and say we was not the old school like y'all bringing out. I'm one West, born and raised. You understand? How many cats can say they sat at the feet of Y.A.H.N.Na and was taught by him directly? You listen to them old tapes of Y.A.H.N.Na. I was sitting there in the class. I think they had found a tape at one time. You got that tape. Marat got the tape. Yeah. one West. Go ahead. Ready to die? I couldn't help but answer to myself. Yeah, I'm not taking it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You lie, you try to twist the truth. They went what you want. I was there. And was inside the week. And spoke with the high priest. I did all that. Other cats said, I did it, man. I suffered the burden of this work. I suffered attacks. The fake ass motherfuckers that came in here tried to come in and overcome us. We was in here grinding and stealing. I was there. I was there when the motherfuckers tried to take all these. I was 22, the young boy, like y'all. The young boy up in the I.S.U.P.K. They all closer to me. You know what I mean? And I was there. You understand? I know you remember. I had some fun with them up against the wall. Catch them niggas up outside the barracks, motherfucker. You ain't taking shit. You understand? I did that, man. I'm been down, so I'm gonna know. If you don't know, man, I'm not playing with this shit. This ain't no game to me. It's my life. But I dedicated my whole heart and soul to it. When I said I never forget, I'm standing on the window, and I'm sitting on the window. Her mama arguing with me. I'm trying to get with her and trying to get us right. Her mama arguing with me over the church stuff. They all over the church. I remember like it was yesterday, man.
What's that respect for both sides? You're already subject to whatever you go force to live in these cities around the country. Okay, now, I know we don't have much time, but I want to get away from some of the other candidates.
I turned to the window and I told him on side, man, if you real, man, show it to me, man. Show it to me and I'll follow you forever. And both sides showed it to me. Showed it to me when I got into the scriptures. I blazed on them in the scriptures. And shut all that shit down. You strong, man. There ain't nothing else in it. It's biblical prophecy. It's right. Don't even think about trampling on my back, man. You can't tread on my pedigree. Right, you know what I'm saying? You can't tread on my pedigree, man. You can't tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, and said I turned my back on the word of God. Not one. Find me one that'll tell you I broke his order. Find one. Just one. And say he broke my order. Not one. That's how we get down right here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got nothing on us. Look at that. That's right. Go back to that right quick. There it is. That's Mo right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was when that's the Philly school. That was when they came down to the Philly school. You understand? Those is old hitters, man. That's Aria Allah. That's me right there. That's me right there. That's what you would call it behind him. Damn, I forget his name. He passed away. No, from New York, from Brooklyn right there. Aria Allah from the West Coast, California. I know all them cats, man. From New York, Shariala, also from New York. That's Little Knock. What's his name? Oh man, powerful speaker. Of course, you know that's Chief Ed Priest Lahab right there. Yeah, man, we did it, man. We did it. Not stuck. I didn't give a damn what happened. Niggas try to trample on my record. My record is stellar, nigga. My record is stellar. Never back down off my duty in this work of the Lord. I love it. I'm going to eat, sleep, and drink and breathe it to the last day I'm on this earth. I dare anybody try to come up against it with a lie and some game and some BS, especially them purple niggas, man. You know what I mean? You're going to come and lie and then throw away. Wait a minute. How you going to say we a refurbished Israelite and you threw away the Hebrew?
Right.
You threw away the Lord's name.
Right.
You threw away the garments. You don't see no purple motherfuckers dressed back then. Excuse my French. You threw away the garments. On top of that, and you put a nigga over you that didn't even fulfill the rank system. That was a cop. Undercover.
Right.
You telling me that was straight up pedigree? Come on, man. Who teaches you matters. Who your spiritual fathers are matters. Because the Lord will honor it. He wouldn't even honor Christ's pedigree if he had not come from Joseph.
Right.
He would not honor it. You become an officer in the UPK, man, you in the house of the Lord. That's Levi over there to the right. That you become a prophet of the Lord, man, under the right order. And don't worry about what it looked like in front of somebody's face. Oh, the UPK always comes out on top. We've been tried and true. You got these fake ass niggas up there in the Schaumburg trying to pull up records on Bibbins. I already, me and Abaja from New York, we done already pulled up all their lies. We gonna go out there, Illinois, and pull the rest of the shit down. They putting out lies. They got a whole book out against you. You don't know how they move it, man. They got a whole, I'm gonna bring that book in. They got a whole book this thick of lies about the history of the Israelites and particularly the I.S.U.P.K. And you can't tell me I was there. I was there. I ain't talking secondhand. I ain't read this out of book. I was there. And you know how, you know the first way I caught them? They said that when the so-called Jew wrote the letters to Israel, to us, about them teaching us, they wrote the Tanakh, what was it? The Tanakh school, the name Bivens set up. And then they put 1 West 125th Street on. And everybody was like, see? It's 1 West. That was, he wrote it back then. I looked at it and said, what? Nah, they lying. What's up, YAHANNA? What's up? They lying. There was no Tanakh school at 1 West. It never was. The only school was ever set up at 1 West was the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. The Tanakh school was set up around the corner on 5th Avenue. But they sent a bullshit letter in to try to make it look like it came from 1 West. Got them caught. See, you got to be there, have been there, have the history to catch the little nuances they be putting out trying to poison us. And that's why I'm going to do more tapes. I keep saying it, but I'm going to do more tapes. I'm going to take my time at this cookout, the next 3 cookouts. I'm going to take my time. We're going to get some cameras. I'm going to start laying this. I know I keep saying it all the time, but I'm going to start laying all this out, man. And a lot of people now, it's in everybody's interest. This is what y'all got to know. You got to understand when you called out. You understand? When I was called out the projects. I don't make no bones about it. I don't try to act like I was born in some mansion or had some special skills. I was a poor ass nigga in the Bronx, in the projects, with no future at all until I found this truth through the grace and mercy of the Most High. And that's what made it so goddamn valuable to me. And what you got to understand is when you call by the Most High, you called in a serious order of the Lord. Now, everybody's interest right now, it's in everybody's interest to do 2 things. 1, to discredit 1 West, or 2, to say they was a part of 1 West, so they should have a place in 1 West right now. That's right. It's in everybody's interest. Look, everybody welcome to the Passover. I don't care if it was 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Yo, I'm going to embrace you, man. I'm going to break bread with you. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a complete winner. I done raised up these schools and these camps and these brothers. I ain't got nothing to be mad about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And in the true spirit of Christ, I'm all about the forgiveness. And I'm sure I made mistakes too and hope that I get forgiven for those. So I ain't on no nonsense. But you can't come in here and bring no colors. You can't come in here with no other Israelite school's name on it. You can't come in here with no other Israelite school's uniform, not for the Passover. The scripture said we to be one. We don't do that. That's right. But you welcome. The brotherhood is always right. But you just can't come. It's a disrespect to the truth to bring in something you created later on and try to mingle that with the truth. We ain't in unity camps. We're willing to break bread with you. And when you ready to step up to the plate and be part of this body, oh man, it's going to be beautiful because that day is coming. The Lord always had to show us who it was that he was dealing with. Right. And right now, you see an I.S.U.P.K. You seeing it. It's going. and it's gonna go where it always been. And I'm telling you from experience. I done see many attacks on this school, many attacks on this truth. Do I not come to y'all with them? Now, if something, I just get an inkling or something. I call up, yo, what's that? They be like, what? Oh, okay. Let me look at that. Or they might be like, nah, don't worry about that. That's covered. You know what I mean? But I bring it up because this nation, man, got to be watched over. So I ain't gonna get on no diatribe, but since y'all brought it up, you know what I'm saying? Then you better understand, we put this thing in. I'm as real as I could goddamn be. And I'm one west till I'm dead. Right, yo. You know what I mean? Yashuan, that's his name, Yashuan with the big meat tree. You know what I'm saying? I held this game down through pain too. Through rough ass pain and suffering, I held this torch. And I'll do it again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? And you do it too. Right. Give a damn who fall. You do it too. Donald Trump, they shooting at this motherfucker. He like, fight. They busting a cap in his ass. He fight. That's why everybody think it's fake. Everybody think it's fake because they can't believe that he's standing up saying fight. Who knows if it's fake or real? Esau, anything is possible. But that flinch on himself looked real as hell. You know what I'm saying? That pop in that ear looked real as it could possibly be. You know what I'm saying? So, but nobody, we so brainwashed, don't nobody think anything could happen to Esau. It's like, could harm happen to him? Not Esau. No. It's like an impossibility, man. They fuck up every day, all the time. You know what I mean? They left it to the local cops to check them bonds. It's 100 degrees out there. Them cops got on 30 pounds of gear, shirts up to the collar. They got to have a Sunday shirt on. They like, fuck this nigga, man. Yeah, man. They ain't checking no roof. The roof 120 degrees on the goddamn aluminum roof. You think the motherfucker going up that shit? He like, fuck this cat. You know, man. Young white boy go up there and take a pop shot at him. That's all. That shit ain't no. That's it. You got all the Edomites up there, the snipers. All up there, nah, they don't shoot like that. And the Secret Service don't move that way. And this and that. They hot too. They hot, tired. The motherfuckers been out there since 6 in the morning. You understand? It's one to get up on stage. They finally try to decompress. This motherfucker starts shooting. They like, motherfucker. They don't like his ass nowhere. You know what I mean? And they got to drag him the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? He asking for his shoes and shit. They like, man, fuck it, man. Go on, get your shoes. You know what I mean? Like, they human. They human. And this is the thing. When the Lord come for them, can't nobody stop you.
That's right.
The Lord said, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And the violence, now they talking, let's lower the temperature. Well, thank God you lowering the temperature. But the problem is, are you going to lower the temperature on us? Because we the bulk of all their violence. Right. Like, what violence going on in America against anybody else? What violence? One white boy shoot another white boy in his car once in a while? Or one white boy go off once in a while, shoot up a school with them white people? Where's all the real violence happening? Been happening to us. To us. And they making a good point. I'm going to pass.
No, please.
They making a good point. How the hell you going to talk now about tempering down the violence when every way to resolve your problems have been with violence? Like, every time it comes to resolving, like, this is a violent nation. The Lord called it a nation with a fierce continence. And that's true. America's in a constant warlike mode. Their clothes is warlike. Their boots is warlike. Their entertainment is warlike. Their sports, which is entertainment, all of it is warlike. Even their music is warlike. You're right. Everything is about violence and war. You bring your kids up, video games.
Everything.
Right, everything. You bring them all up with violence. Now you want to tamper down the violence. Well, it's about goddamn time. You know what I mean? Because little Tommy look like he going to help you pass the SATs. Tommy looked like he could be your math, your math coach. And get you through that math and break that thing down. He working a nursing home, he a dietitian. Tommy a nice dude, man. Tommy a nice little white guy. But he's a murderer like his father.
That's right.
That he is, right or wrong.
That's right, Joe.
So let's get into it, man. I'm gonna pass on and yield over, you know, man. Tawada too for bringing up the history. I'm sick of these bums out here trying to mess with my pedigree. And listen, it ain't no accident the highest ranking general became in charge of the I.S.U.P.K. You think that was a mistake? What is the Lord smoking weed? That wasn't no mistake.
Right.
The Lord know what he doing. You understand? When cats fell, he said, "You step up." When Moses said, "Lord, I'm able to," he said, "Take your brother Aaron with you." When I was down, he said, "Go get Muhammad, go get him, take him with you." You think that was a mistake? Well, no goddamn mistake. It was the Lord's doing.
Right.
Why don't you fear the Lord and follow his commandments and do what he said? Because let me tell you something. A man that got an ounce of wisdom, and I'm gonna pass. A man that got an ounce of wisdom would look at the I.S.U.P.K. and say, "I might not agree," or whatever the case is, but I ain't gonna say that ain't of the Lord. I'm gonna just let that be right where it is. You ain't gonna tell me you turn on this show and you don't hear things that you have never heard before. You don't hear things that nobody has ever mentioned before. You don't hear breakdowns in scriptures in this I.S.U.P.K. that you never heard before. Come on, man. You still bugging. You so high on your horse you can't pick up. And brother, let me tell you something. It's going to cost us dearly in that day. In short order, it's going to cost us dearly. And let me tell you something else. Last point, y'all. A lot of you fake Israelites, man, you are trashing the spirit and the name of being an Israelite. A ton of people on social media hate Israelites. And they hate it because you are a low-life piece of garbage pretending to be a real Israelite. You in these fake groups. Some of y'all is sodomites. A ton of y'all is sodomites. You're twirling in the damn school. You ballerinas in the goddamn building. You understand? Shaming the word of the Lord. You want to be child rapist. You understand? You want to molest children. How you gonna be champion molesting babies? How that's gonna be your championship? What a low-life piece of garbage. You cross it into marriages, into the other nations, because you really hate the Lord's chosen. You lying on scriptures. You lying to get in women's pants. You destroying families. They said that recently some idiot went and, what was it he did? Wasn't it a recent story? Some cat from some fake Israelite. Y'all heard of it? Y'all heard about it?
Not sure.
Okay, yet. I'm not sure. I got to double check on that. Right. But you putting out a horrible reputation. The things we trying to push forward that the Lord show us, you in full contrast of it. You going out on the street, you trying to act like you us. You not us. You don't know how to command those words. You don't know when to use profanity, when not to use profanity, and in what scale to do it. You don't know how to do those things, man. There's a lot of nuances to this work. But what you do real well is turn against us. Turn against the real brotherhood. But you ain't breaking nothing. I ain't broke a stride in 40 years. I ain't breaking it now. Certainly not for your sorry ass.
Damn
that
right.
You trying to come and bring against us. You know what I'm saying? Let's get down. Salutations. No, it's all right. Most sign press. Damn right.
Yediah, you're up.
Aline Cannon dismisses Donald Trump's classified document court case.
That happened today, sir. Today. Of course, Donald Trump became the stigmata of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
He became the white Jesus of all the Republican Party. 2 days ago?
Yeah.
But today, now just to put it in perspective to everyone, Donald Trump had absolutely eyes-only classified records in his bathroom of his house. He was sent 5 times. The government said, give us back these records. Now, Joe Biden had records too. They told him to give him back. He gave him back. Donald Trump was told 5 times to give him back. He refused to give him back all 5 times. Then finally, the FBI had to go into the bathroom of his house and found eyes-only classified documents in his bathroom, things that if they were in the White House would be in a skiff. Now, to make you understand a skiff is Mission Impossible 1. Who's seen that movie? You know when the devil lowered himself down?
Yeah, the magnetic floor.
That's a skiff.
Damn.
These things are in the skiff. In the CIA, Donald Trump had him in his bathroom.
Yikes.
He had everybody walking in there like it's Fantasy Island. Like you go to Fantasy, don't nobody know what the hell I'm talking about. You go to Fantasy Island. And,
I just realized.
it's a vacation area, all right? Like you go to a vacation spot. The FBI had to come get the records because he just refused to give them back. He was charged with taking illegal documents because he was not the president at the time.
Right.
They threw the case out, which means anyone can absolutely take things out the skiff and put them in their bathroom. From now on, 2 days after he became the white Jesus of America.
Yes, he did.
Let me just, if you would need more proof that a white man can do whatever he wants, Donald Trump has just crystallizes that point that a white man can do whatever he wants. Every movement in America is white men doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
If you could, sir, last week I brought up the Me Too movement,
right,
on how the women's movement empowered strippers, promiscuous women, abortions, and open nakedness of women.
Yeah.
That's for white men.
That's right.
That is not for women.
Good point.
That's for white men.
They want to see that.
They want to see you naked.
Yeah.
They want you to have an abortion. Yep. So their wife doesn't find out.
Yes.
Everything in life is about white men. White men put on a dress and makeup. They become Time Magazine Women of the Year. That happened, sir.
That's right.
With that
Caitlyn
Jenner. Put on a dress and a lipstick. That's Woman of the Year. White man puts on a dress and swimming trunks or swimming suit. He's the best swimmer in the Olympics. White men get to do whatever they want to do. Every movement that you grow up paying attention to is simply that. Now, here we go now, sir, with Donald Trump, the attempted assassination or mass shooting at a Donald Trump rally. Now, of course, the Democratic Party. Sir, the Democrats would not exist without black people. Black people are the fuel, the engine, the voting base. The numbers say that black people vote Democrat 90% of black people.
Dang.
Yeah.
There is no demographic that's that strong to one side. None. The Democratic Party, because of Eleanor Roosevelt, back during the time of the Tuskegee Airmen, they're Democrats, 90% of them. Guess what you're going to have to do now, black Democrats? You're going to have to love Donald Trump now because somebody tried to shoot him. And the Democrats are going to forgive him for every evil thing he said about a black boy that was unalived by the police.
That's right.
They're going to have to forgive him. And now that means black people, you're going to have to love Donald Trump, forgive Donald Trump, because white Democrats want to come together with white Republicans. And they have to sacrifice you.
And they kicking Joe Biden to the curb.
And Joe Biden is being just thrown the hell away. And once again, that's what gives fuel to conspiracy theorists. Can I tell you one thing I found this week?
Real quick, just can y'all give me a one out there if you can hear us? Somebody's telling me that they're not hearing us. Y'all give us a one real quick. One. Anybody? I'm not getting nothing. Can you hear us out there? Earlier? But I'm not getting it in the chat. You?
No, I'm not in the chat, but I can.
Somebody jump in the chat and give me. You getting ones in the chat?
I'm getting ones in the chat.
You getting ones in the chat?
Yeah,
What's wrong with my damn phone? I think I'm not getting nothing.
I'm getting ones. That's enough ones.
Oh, damn, y'all getting ones.
We got a ton of ones,
Okay, my bad. Okay. Figure out what's going on. Huh?
Oh, right. That's what Mirage showed me.
Yeah. What you got to do?
Mirage. Go ahead, Mirage. Break it down.
If I may, sir, YouTube, if you do something different, it'll just pause. So it's a thing on there where you just hit live. It says live, you just hit it.
I don't see live on there, but I'm gonna look for it.
You might have to tap.
Oh, live. Okay, I got you. Oh, right. I see it. Okay, my bad. Please, continue.
I don't know what a live even is.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to start, Commander Juliana, with giving you a conspiracy theory.
Come on.
That I found.
Uh-oh.
The brothers got some in the room. Talk about them. Talk about those conspiracies. Let me give you one that I found this week.
Come on.
It was something you said to me on a phone call. We were talking this week on the phone, sir, and you said something like, the Democrats done let go of Joe Biden.
Right.
I was on the phone this week, and you said, the Democrats is against him. I think it was in a class. You said, obviously, Joe Biden has made somebody mad.
Right.
And they've let him go. I remember that sticking in my brain Because I turned CNN on to MSNBC.
Right.
And they hate Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Right.
They're letting go of him. I said, damn, that's true. Well, I still went about my business of searching. And let me tell you what I found.
You want to get some facts
I want to know why.
Right.
And I see that's true.
Yeah.
Why is MSNBC, they love Joe Biden. They hate him now.
Right.
And are just hating him. He has to go. And I wonder, wait a minute. The Democrats are giving up on Joe Biden because he had a bad debate, because he's old. Donald Trump is a convicted felon.
Right.
And they're not giving him up, and he's old.
Yes.
Why in the hell are they so forgiving of him?
Right.
But they're not forgiving of Joe Biden? Who cares if he had a bad debate?
Right.
The other cat is a convicted felon, and he's 3 years younger than Joe Biden.
Dang.
And he had a conspiracy to commit, what's that thing he did at January 6th? An insurrection.
Insurrection.
You telling me one bad debate, Joe Biden can't be president?
Right.
But Donald Trump can be president, a convicted felon and an insurrection, and he's 2 weeks older or a month older than Joe Biden, younger than Joe Biden. I started to think, why? Why is that? Let me tell you what I found. Now, this isn't, I'm just telling you
Come
what I
on,
found.
Ray, lay it on.
Come on, you got it? Marah? Check this out here if you don't mind, sir.
Please.
Marah will put it
full
up on the
screen,
screen.
Marah.
I can't quite see it yet.
Am
I live yet? Oh, here we go. Can you make it a little tighter so I can just read what
so
that
you can
first
read.
verse? There you go. I see it online. Scroll down. This is right now in the news. This came out. There's a date on this story.
Mm-hmm.
Can you find a date when you get a chance, Marah? But if you can, don't scroll so I can read it. All right. Someone else read it. The IRS collects milestone. I left the screen, Marah. The IRS collects milestone, meaning it never happened before.
Right.
There's $1 billion in back. I can't say it, Marah. I'm seeing it right here. In back taxes from high wealth taxpayers. Meaning that's not, your uncle who has a business and got a COVID-19 bonus check.
Right.
Oh, this is billionaires.
Dang.
This is rich people. The IRS collected $1 billion. It never happened before.
Dang.
Because Joe Biden went and enforced and reinforced the IRS. I know you remember that.
Sure.
We did stories on that.
Right. He was even saying how he was going to hire them with guns.
He gave them guns to get all this tax money. Can you read farther down the story, Marah? Here's the story right here, sir. I should read it on my phone.
Somebody read that. You got it?
Go ahead.
Kabakam. The IRS announced Thursday that it collected.
Thursday. Donald Trump, the attempted assassination was Saturday.
Which means, and Thursday was when they began to cut him off.
Yes.
Shortly after that
this
debate,
is when
which
this
was last
story
week.
came out.
Okay.
I'm sure if you're a billionaire and he took your money, you knew about it months ago.
Okay.
But this story came out Thursday.
Come on with it.
The assassination attempt was Saturday.
2 days later.
2 days later.
Okay.
Go ahead, Yediah.
Conor Concert. The IRS announced Thursday that it has collected $1 billion in back taxes from high wealth tax cheats.
High wealth tax cheats. White men, not you with your little thing that you got. You stole government money with that. What's that fund?
PPL.
PPL. Not you.
Right.
Not you. I'm not talking about you.
Right.
I'm not talking about you when you said you was going to start what's that thing that Judites love, sir? That business account. LLC. Not you with your LLC. So we're not talking about you. I'm talking.
You ain't in this guy.
No, this is not what we're discussing here. Can I give you another thing I looked up right before class? I looked up what is a small business owner.
Right.
You would be shocked.
It's not us.
No. A small business owner is a business that makes between $1 million and $40 million a year. That's a small business owner. Okay. So anyway,
anybody making less than that, you play. It's a job. Or a hobby. That's your favorite.
We don't got to think of myself.
That's Muhammad's favorite way of knocking the wind out of you. You come to him with a 20-page business proposal, He tell you it's a hobby.
He embarrassed me with that one because that means he knows me. He reads my mind. I'm gonna move on.
It's a lot.
Now, $1 billion from the big boys,
God.
from them Elon Musks, from that cat over Amazon. $1 billion. Keep going.
Honorable Khan, sir. A milestone meant to showcase how the agency is making use of the money it received as part of the Biden administration's signature climate, healthcare, and tax package signed into law in 2022.
Now,
Dang.
I don't know much about the internet and the conspiracy and the CIA and all that. I did see on the news today that agent with his rifle trained on the potential assassin had his sight trained on him for 4 minutes. It says on the news.
Yeah.
And he was told in his earpiece not to take the shot.
Right.
He was told don't do it. Eventually, he disobeyed the order after the cat started shooting and shot him. Now, that's a fact.
And they fired him.
Yes,
they fired him.
He got fired.
They fired the sniper?
They fired the sniper.
He got fired.
The same sniper that took the cat out, they fired him.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Listen, you done shut me down on conspiracy long time.
I know.
I'm not gonna buy it. But God damn, that just sound like some shit.
I don't know. But I know what is factual.
Yeah, man.
The firing is factual.
Yep.
The having his sight trained on him for 4 minutes is factual.
Yep.
And this news story is factual.
Yeah.
This ain't a makeup. This is for real. This is
they
on. You see, the site is CNN.
Yeah.
This is for MSNBC. This is factual.
That's factual.
And I know the news coverage of Biden that's terrible is factual.
John.
Shalom.
Listen, you're right. Which really, it'd be great for us to learn such a great lesson that this is always all about their money.
Yeah.
Like that's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else but that. And that's exactly what is happening right here.
And
so now we know.
And how much do they think they'll lose next year?
Yeah.
Or for the next 4 years?
Oh,
he took $1 billion from him since they enacted it.
And he ain't even get reelected yet.
How much in the next 4 years? $10 billion they'll lose for letting this cat be president? I don't know. The love of money is the root of all evil.
That's right. That's right.
So that's it.
And I mean, on that trajectory, not only would he fix the economy, he'd balance the economics. You'd have small businesses and our version of small businesses. You know what I mean? He changed the whole landscape. So you're right, because it was wild how I couldn't understand how right after the debate, I mean, they jumped off of him like a pariah. They dumped him like he was a plague or something. It was the only one that stood on Joe Biden's side was that cat Corey Sellers.
I don't know who that is.
You know him.
That's the cat from Jersey?
No, he's from the South. Oh, he's a commentator.
Okay.
He used to be a congressman or representative in one of those states. He's a well-known commentator. He's that cat at that time that stood up and was saying how he invested in them weed farms. I don't know. He's a lawyer. He's an attorney. He'd be on CNN or something. But anyway, he's the only one that stood with Joe Biden. And he even said on the interview, he said, many Democrats betrayed Joe Biden. He said I believe he used the word betrayed or became traitors, or he said some word that he used like they switched on him with the whole thing. So, right. So I mean, we don't know exactly the case. The shooter was real, but maybe who knows what could have been Bakari Sellers. That's his name. I heard Bakari Sellers is his name. Yeah, Thwada says. Go ahead,
Microphone.
Yeah, go ahead, grab the mic. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna need it. He just wants you to stand on the wall right there in front for everybody to know. In front of the door is where we filming at. If you want to get on camera. One day, Marah gonna get us a mic stand. One day. Go ahead.
A little more. There you go.
There you go.
No. it was showing on or somebody came up with something saying that everything was rigged because they be saying like a day before, anytime somebody go out to do like a speech or something like that, the Secret Services always go out to see like where a sniper could possibly be. And like they always try to like shut it down or have people on it and things like that. And the fact that this sniper basically was on the roof for a while and got away with it.
Yeah, but once again, okay, I know what you're saying, and like I said, all the snipers, boy, they all over the air saying it was fake, it was fake, it was fake. I don't believe it was fake. What I believe it was simply Esau slack, because the Secret Service said, this is just my opinion. You can pass it to your daddy. No sweat. What do you like? In my opinion, this is just my opinion. They said that they left it to the local police to police that area. You know what I mean? That was their outer perimeter. You know, as anybody that knows security, there's 3 perimeters, in the middle and the outer perimeter. I forget the names of them. How I probably know the exact names of them. And so outside the outer perimeter, you basically don't have a lot of security, but you have some security out there. They left it to the local cops to cover that outer perimeter. And I believe that they just, slipped up. And another thing too, the guy been trying to get in. He was trying to get inside the event. But every time he came up, they said, well, you got to go through the magnetometers, the metal detector. And he was pondering around and wouldn't do it. And then he left up out of there. And then that was the end of that. So I think he just got away with it. First of all, it's his area. He out there in them woods with the Medomites. He a hunter, crazy, plenty of things. And they mad at these cats out for all kinds of reasons. A lot of them are mad at Donald Trump for changes he made in the government. A lot of them got green contracts. They get ready to lose all them green contracts. That whole thing with the that 2025 thing. What's the name of that thing?
2025.
That, what's it called? Project 2025, right? They mad as hell at that. So you got Edomites on both sides that's mad at it, that what's going on. And how you know that this cat wasn't just in love? We just talking.
Of course.
But how you know this cat wasn't just in love with Joe Biden? Then Joe Biden had that bad interview. He see everybody jump off board. You got crazy Democrats too, like, oh my God, Donald Trump gonna win. I gotta do something. And the crazy cat get up in there, man, and next thing you know, he get the blazing up. It ain't that hard, man. 20-year-olds these days, they shooting up all these streets. You know what I mean? Just because it's a white boy shooting at Donald Trump, all of a sudden it's like, what's going on? The Secret Service ain't special, and they didn't have half what they should have had out there. They didn't have no drones. You know what I mean? They supposed to have AWACS up in the air. They didn't have no AWACS. They didn't have no drone. They didn't have no real command of the air. They thought it was going to be a little rally, little 10, 15,000 people. We're going to dip out there. We're going to kick it for a few hours. We're going to get up out of there. And they felt like they was in an area that they would be loved. Normally, Butler County?
Oh, love. Yeah, that's Trump world.
There's 160,000 acres of farm in Butler County. I bet you there's a ton of black people buried under them farms out there in Butler County. They is as white and racist and Klan as you possibly can get.
It's like Mississippi out there.
It's like Mississippi out there. Yeah. And it's right outside the city. And they love them outside of the city areas, farm city. Boy, they the most hateful towards us. Because they getting all the news for what's going on in the city and hating the hell out of us. So he probably some white boy sitting up in there, thought about it, man, and said, you know what? Look at what that old other one did. What's that old one that came through that when they was having that event, walked down the street with the AR and shot a few people, and they let him off. What's his name? Kyle Rittenhouse. Right. Did you see? Go back and look at that tape of that young white boy. That white boy, they came up on him and tried to take him down, try to tackle him. He popped 2 of them while he was going down. Boom, 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 and dropped down on the floor. Got up and walked the hell down the street.
And if I could, so that's the perfect example, because the police saw him with that rifle and thought he was no threat.
Yes.
And they let him keep walking until he shot people.
That's right. Thought he was not a problem. You know what I mean? This cat had a backpack, went up on the thing. And really, if he hadn't crawled on there, they probably would have thought it was normal.
I know the supervisor in the sniper's ear said, don't shoot him.
Right.
So that happened for some reason.
Yeah, and the prosecutor turned around and said he believed that they told him not to shoot because they said we can't just shoot everybody that's not in a place where they should be.
Damn,
that's what he said.
On the roof,
yes,
with a gun.
Yes, yeah, we
All
can't
right.
just shoot everybody when they not where they should be. Meaning he's white, you can't just go kill him. If he was a nigga, you could have shot him.
Take the shot.
Take the shot.
If it's a Negro and he has a license to carry,
if he in uniform,
if he's in uniform,
shoot the nigga.
Take the shot.
He gonna get shot.
He gonna get shot.
Yeah,
which happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Right or wrong?
If I could, Yediah has a story about the first person to be unalive during the Rosewood riots, and it was a World War I veteran.
Come on,
he was the first. He was the first person that was killed in that race riot. They started with him, the veteran, the one who is supposed to have, the one who's a hero.
Yeah.
And then after that, they unalived everybody in Rosewood. So that, now think about all the politics that have happened since World War I, and here we still are sitting here today.
Can I give you a little? Go ahead, please.
I sent Yediah a video. I had a little short clip of video where he hopping across the roof. You can see him hopping across the roof, jumping on there. Did you see to the brother yet? Yeah, when he hopping, I see him hopping across the roof. You know what I mean? And also too, like with this whole situation, right? It seemed like they had regular plain street cops out there, which you're not supposed to. Like if the inner perimeter is taken care of by the Secret Service, right, or the state police, then that county, Butler County, has a regional SWAT team. That regional SWAT team was supposed to cover that outer perimeter. That's what's supposed to happen.
House, if I could back you up on this, this is something, and this is why it benefits the Israelite School of UPK to be led by Commanding General YAHANNA, as opposed to your disgusting bishop or reverend or imam, or what's that word they use for rabbi? Mushamam or Moray. I don't remember. Moray. Commanding General YAHANNA has been here for so long that he has prophecies that we can see if they happened or did not happen. Your bishop has been around since 2006. He hasn't even been around long enough to be proved a liar yet. Let me tell you a prophecy that everyone in here will remember. How's definitely you. This is back when 9/11 happened. Y'all remember that? 9/11, right? Commanding General YAHANNA said this, and I know you can find tapes of this, where he said, if you think terrorism is bad now, who can finish my thought? Who's seen the tapes? I will. Wait until white boys start to do it. That is an actual saying that I know is on video because it happened all the time at camps. If you think terrorism is bad now, when the Arabs are doing it, wait until white boys start to do it. That is back in 2002.
That's a good one.
And I remember it so clearly because it was commonplace for you to say it at camp. Now here we are. It's 2024, and this is why you cannot stop terrorism, because the good guys are doing it. The good people, the people who you're not afraid of, not Arabs dressed like, Muhammad Atta, not black people dressed like gangster rappers with their pants sagging and with baseball caps, but the good guys,
your sons.
Yep.
And you cannot stop it because you love them and you're not afraid of them. And terrorism becomes unstoppable when white people do it. I looked this up in class, sir. I'm going to get you. Are you telling me the Secret Service did not know that a mass shooting was going to happen at this event? 20 mass shootings happen every year in America. Now, I believe that's 2 a month. Am I right about that? Virtually 2 a month. Every month, about 2 happen. 2 mass shootings. I'm not counting shootings in the hood, in the barrio, in the reservoir. I'm talking about a gunman that unalives as many people as he can. There are about 2 of those every month that happen in America. And yet, and still they can do it. You might think it's a conspiracy theory or it's planned. This much I do know from being in the UPK. Terrorism is at a point that it can be stopped because white people are now terrorists. And with that, you cannot stop it. They're Kyle Rittenhouse, a good fella, just walking down the block with an AR-15.
Zimmerman.
Nothing to see here. There's Zimmerman, just a good fella trying to protect his cul-de-sac. Just a good fella, just a good guy. no reason to think he should be a threat. You know what? You know what they saw? The Secret Service saw just a good old fella climbing up on the roof to get a better view of his president. Just the one to get up there to get a better view of him. Don't shoot. He might just be trying to get a better view of the commander-in-chief up on that roof.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. What about what's his name on the subway in New York?
Oh, geez.
Was it Bernard Getz?
Bernard Getz is his name.
Bernard Getz.
The brother who
The Edomite who shot paralyzed one brother.
That's right.
And killed one and I think paralyzed two others or something like that. Way back then. Like the killing of us, the resolution for every problem with us has been about violence. Somebody get the statistics on lynching. Get the statistics on how many people have been lynched how many black people have been lynched in the South in the United States. Let's get the statistics on it. Y'all good to go?
And you know why they getting the statistics, sir? You know the FBI know that domestic terrorism is the one thing they got to worry about. They ain't really worrying about Muhammad Atta and his cousins in the war. They worrying about domestic terrorism. Do you know? I read an article right now. I gotta find it again. Where the military lost so many weapons, they got a $10,000 reward out. They give you some information on the guns they lost that got stolen.
like that's insane. I got some numbers for you.
Please.
You ready? In the South, in a given year, 3,446 black people were lynched. 3,446 black people were lynched. About 72% of the black population were lynched. 72%. And they said but they weren't the only victims. Oh no, of lynching. Some white people were lynched. Guess why? For helping black people or for being anti-lynching. They got lynched for being anti-lynching. Immigrants from Mexico, China, and Australia also got lynched at times. But mainly it was us, our people. You understand? And here's the one. A common claim used to lynch black men was perceived sexual transgressions against white women. Charges of rape were routinely fabricated. The allegations was used to enforce segregation and advance stereotypes of black men as violent, hypersexual aggressors. Like they put that on us for so many years, we tried to conform to it.
Yes, indeed.
We tried to become what they wanted us to become. That's serious psychological abuse. Hundreds of black people were lynched based on accusations of other crimes, including murder, arson, robbery, and vagrancy. Damn. They lynched you for vagrancy. Somebody in the back hit me again, man, with another one of these. For water. Give me a shot of that scotch too. For water. Many victims were lynchings were murdered without being accused of any crime. Some they just they ain't even worked later for that. Lynching.
He just seemed like trouble.
Yes. Which is the spirit now. The spirit now is like you are trouble in these cities. To where they're gonna ramp up. Every problem Edomites have when it comes to the violent part, they always work their way back around to us.
Yeah.
Like they believe getting rid of us, the other nations will be good citizens, which is a damn lie. They put them other nations in the ghettos like they put us in. Those other nations are going to fight them back. Okay? Those other nations are going to fight them back. So yes, they raise their kids. I agree with Joe Biden. Let's turn the temperature down. Let's turn the temperature down on how much violence they want to commit against us. And I even see it out there. I don't know. I just got a good measure of when I'm around these Edomites. And it feels to me like I could read them based on what's going on. And right now, I went out today, right? I'm out and about. And I noticed today, thank you so much. I noticed today, thank you, that appreciate it. I noticed today that the cops were well dressed. I was a little like, why are these cops? They in full dress, but they you know, the accolades on the chest.
Right.
They crispy all up in the city and everything. And I'm looking, and then I realize why. Oh, they feeling good. Like they got to protect America. Like they feel like being a cop now is woo.
Patriotism.
The patriotism and the Rambo is, it's, McCluskey. You know what I'm saying? That's in the air right now. That's in the air. That's what's going on at the convention. That's what's going on because the bottom line is get these niggas. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is that you black leaders are filth. And I know, y'all hate me for saying it all the time, but it's the truth. You are the dumbest people that have ever walked the face of the earth. And you're going to be the responsibility of so many thousands of deaths in this country. So many thousands of deaths, so many thousands of deportations, so many thousands of tens of thousands of brothers going to prison and sisters. You're gonna be the reason our people get stripped damn near naked in these streets. Because all of that is coming around the corner. They've been building towards it for the longest. But the UPK, that's not gonna happen. Christ is with us. But it is damn right. But it is gonna happen in this kingdom. I can tell you that. It's gonna happen. Here's why it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because when we say go left, your black leaders are gonna say, no, go right. This is the right way to go. This is the right way we should be. This is the stance we should take. This is how we should be. And the way we're going to tell you is going to come from the Lord, and you're going to be afraid to do it. You're going to be afraid to follow what we say. You're going to say, YAHANNA and them, they just radicals and wild, and they just don't make no sense. But what we're going to be saying is going to be to save your life. That's it. And I pray you wise enough to hear us and to do the will of the Most High. You understand? Because Moses, them people were scared to death over the things that Moses told them to do. Yeah. They were scared to death. They wanted to kill Christ so bad because they were so scared. Christ put so much fear in them Sadducees and Pharisees and Caiaphas and them that they sat down and said, man, we got to kill this cat. Even though he was healing and everything, they wanted to kill him so bad because he brought so much fear on them for what the white man was going to do to them. So since they were so afraid, you understand, the best solution was to kill him, which happened many times. Christ said this, beware of them that praise you, for so did your fathers whom they killed. That's right. Like them Christians try to smile and act like they are friends and act like it's all about love and act like, there's great opportunity in love. Brother, when Christ come to get this nation back, he gonna separate you from them. And it's not gonna be you're gonna feel for the first time what it feels like to be a full-fledged responsible people, because you are not gonna have that Esau to lean on. He's going to totally turn on you. Can I get one scripture on it? Give me the one where the Lord said, I read it the other night, but there's more than one. But give me any one of those, Yediah, where the Lord said he will discover your nakedness from your lovers, where he talk about how he gonna expose you to your lovers or rip off you know the one. Give it to him. Is that it? Give it to me. Read this one scripture out. This was getting ready to happen to us as a people. And the thing about this is this Edomite is subtle, but very vicious. We're dealing with a very, very vicious man. And listen, and we should talk about these things because as prophets of God, it's our job to make sure that we are clear and prepared for taking care of these people, because they ain't going to know what the hell to do. But some of them are going to have enough spirituality to say 1/3 of our people are going to have enough spirituality to say, nah, I ain't listening to them. I'm going to listen to them brothers that was out here on these streets that was feeding us and clothing us. In case 1 out of 3 is going to listen to that. Yeah. The other 2 is going to be either too afraid or too damn carnal. And they're going to go the other direction, which is going to lead to death. Sir, please.
Please, you got it. Please. No, go ahead. You can say something, please. At one point, please.
Just about the turning down the temperature that Joe Biden said.
Yeah.
Just an anecdote for what you just brought out. When Joe Biden said we need to turn down the temperature on our political rhetoric. Now, I'm watching it on TV as it happens.
Right.
You know, I got the remote, so I scroll down.
It's a lot.
The next show I saw as I scrolled down was a movie called John Wick, which is where he just unalives everybody who's around.
Over his dog.
Over his dog. I scroll down. Expendables 1.
Good night.
I scroll over. Expendables 2 coming on next. Now, this happened in real life.
Yeah.
I go, look at this. I mean, what did they expect?
Right.
I grab my phone. I go on TikTok. My phone is The Breakfast Club. Charlemagne the God interviewing Pimpin' Ken.
Damn.
He was a pimp.
Right.
And I thought to myself, well, he don't make music. He ain't a rapper.
Why is he on here?
Why is he being interviewed on a music show?
And honored.
Oh, my God, sir. How many pimps did you start with? When you were old, when you were young, how many whores did you have? I mean, how many pimps?
Right.
How many whores did you have? A woman said, what's the most hoes you ever had in your life? When you started pimping, what is the first amount of hoes that you had? I said, this is not rap. I scroll. It's No Jumper. No Jumper has a gangbanger who unalived some kid in New York.
Damn.
And I go, turn down the temperature. They're teaching people this. How in the hell are you going to stop this violence when it is all you are absorbing every minute of the day?
Yep.
Salakia, sir.
Yep. And then they wonder why our kids is acting like they act.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, let's turn down the temperature. Turn down the temperature on black people, Latino people, Native Indian people. Salakia.
Please, sir.
Damn right. Give it up. Give me one script. I'm passing it to your house or Muhammad.
No, I'm done.
Salakia. Go ahead.
Call the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, but that's a good one.
Yeah, that's not it.
But the one with the lovers. Go
Okay,
ahead. You know the one I'm talking about? Tell them where you at.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 37.
16:37. I think that's it.
Therefore, I will gather all thy lovers
That's it.
with whom thou hast taken pleasure.
Every nation, every philosophy, all these gods. You know what I mean? Recently, some cat from one of these religions said, we need to stop all this religious gang banging, all this philosophy gang banging. We should never stop talking about our service to the Lord.
That's right.
That's if there's anything else going on, that should be part of the conversation. That conversation is what's going to fix our children's schools, what's going to fix how we deal with one another. The things we talking about on this show, they teach you how to deal with your neighbor. You got problems with your neighbor every day. Every day you got a problem with somebody you live next door to, live across the street from, live up the block from. You politicking every day with all kinds of people, and we live on the edge of violence in the hood every day. Am I lying? Wow. Every day you going in the subway, you coming out, you getting on the bus, getting in your car, you on your way to work, you going to get something out your trunk. Every day you living on the edge of violence and chaos and madness. And the scriptures and this knowledge is the only thing that makes us right, that gets us able to get through it. Now, the Lord said, what I'm going to do, since you don't want to handle your business, I'm going to go and expose them lovers, meaning I'm going to expose Islam. I'm going to expose Christianity. I'm going to expose Catholicism. Hare Krishna and all them things, all your entertainers, Tina Turner and Michael Jackson and all these entertainers following Peter Pan and all this. This nigga had an 8-foot statue of Peter Pan in his living room.
Michael Jackson.
A naked Peter Pan in the living room, 8 foot tall. Okay? Like, that's us, poisoned with all this madness. The Lord said, I'm going to expose them, love. Because the Lord, for those of you that may not understand, the Lord considers when you go follow another religion from another people, he considers it you having an out of marriage sexual affair. I'm coming back to him. You like he considers it like that. He considers it like a woman committing adultery. When you in Islam and you reading the Arabs book and the Arabs philosophy, putting on the Arab spirit, dressing like an Arab, you're like a woman who's having sex with another man, and now she listening to that man instead of her husband. because that's the man she's having sex with. That's the man that turns her on. That's the man that makes her feel good. That's the man that she believes going to protect her. That's the man that does all those things. That's what happens when you follow another religion. That's why you better follow the God that you was born to follow and wake up to that God, because otherwise you're in a sexual affair according to God when you go into them other gods. You up in the Catholic Church wearing a garment, in these churches with these suits on. God look at you like you a nasty hoe that's having sex outside of marriage. That's how he look at you. You don't know it because you in the time of mercy, but he looking at you like you filthy because you dealing with them politics too. You become a Democrat, becoming a Republican, becoming these things. It's like you having a sexual relationship outside of your marriage. So the Lord said, what? He gonna do what? Read that real quick.
I will gather all thy lovers.
He gonna get all your lovers, all your religions, your ideas, and there's subtle ones too. There's other ones too. A lot of you got them sayings from in the world. Them sayings, all them sayings come from Satan. Every last one of them. A lot of you got habits that you think is righteous, smoking weed, this, that, and the other. All them things are against the law. Smoking them hookahs, whatever them things is called. The Lord look at all that as filthy and against him. Like that's what makes you unholy. That's what makes you filthy. Whatever it is that you doing that's outside of that way that the Lord said. Go ahead. And so he gonna discover them. Go ahead.
With whom thou hast taken pleasure.
Right. Come on.
And all them that thou hast loved, with all them that thou hast hated.
Right.
I will even gather them around about against thee.
He gonna turn them against you. After a while, the Arabs gonna hate you. You know why? Because the white man gonna require it. That's right. He gonna say, you want this oil money, man, you got to back our play with slaughtering these black people, just like the Israelis doing with Hamas. Yep. The Israelis just saying, you want to do business with us, you want bases in the Middle East, you want this oil we about to dig up out of Gaza, you want to be friends with us, you better hate these Hamas niggas too. You better hate them like we hate them. Well, America's about to do that to us. He about to make them hate you, and they already hate you. They hate you every day you go in the chicken place. Every day you go in there and buy wigs out of their store. Every day you go in their grocery store. Every day they got to see you in the street, broken and destroyed. They hate you. They left their country to come here to have the great American way, and they found you in the ghetto, poor and broken, and they don't believe the white man will do it to them. So they hate you for it. They hate you when they see you. And you just so blind and dumb and simple, you can't see it. You blind. I'm telling you, God gonna make it, expose you with it. He gonna show it to you. The scripture said, in that day, you gonna cast away your idols like a menstrual cloth. You gonna cast away them gods like you cast away a used tampons.
Right.
That a woman used on her monthly. Ooh, and that's a rough one.
That is.
Because even if you see that in the street, even if you see that in the garbage can, you don't want to touch it.
Hell no.
That and a pamper. Them two there, don't nobody want to touch neither one. And a nigga will touch a pamper first.
Forget about it.
But he's not touching that. Yeah? The whole bucket go to barrel, the whole goddamn thing coming out. He called his woman out. What the hell was that? No, nobody want to touch that. The Lord has said, man, that's how you gonna cast away them gods that you following. Go ahead and finish it for me.
Kawakan, and will discover thy nakedness.
And discover your nakedness, all the evil things you do that you believe are right, following other gods, following these politics, following these white people and these other nations and all their ways of life. You disgust the Most High with it. You anger him with it because he's saying, I give, and I understand it. You're a father telling your kid, I give you everything you want. Go to school, get your grades. What you want, a car? What you want, I get it for you. Do what I'm telling you to do. You go out and go get high and run around with the Arabs, the East Indians, the white man. You burning down people's houses, cops looking for you. Your father in the house, he worried, distressed, thinking about his whole future and legacy and everything going on. You in the streets, you buying whores and sleeping with white girls and all of that. He mad as hell, man. He's so mad with you, he don't know what to do. He ready to beat your ass like a good father would. And brother, he getting ready to discover them parts in us, and he gonna give us what we deserve after a while. Those that refuse to repent and come back and do what the Lord said. Go ahead, you got it.
I was going to say, precept to that would be Isaiah chapter
Woe to the rebellious children. You dead on it. You dead on it. That's right. That's exactly what that scripture is. Right. You dead on it. Go ahead, Doc. If we was in a regular class, I'd be telling you to pull that one next. Okay. But we in the show, so I ain't gonna go there. Because you hit dead right on it. Go ahead.
Come. Unto them that they may see all thy nakedness.
Right, that you might see. He wants you to see it. He wants you to see them Arabs. Wait till they show you the slavery they got going on in Liberia. And how much, do you know that they shot, you want to hear something crazy? In the Sudan, they have shot 50% of the population. It's a lot. 1 out of every 2 motherfuckers that got shot. Excuse my friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You get off the plane in Somalia, you getting bucked. Okay, 1 out of every 2, they shooting and killing like crazy. He going to expose these gods we've been wanting to love. Yeah. You should see them in these conventions for these politics. They love, it's like a religious event. It's like a religious euphoric event. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the Lord don't get no respect for the morality he tried to put inside us, for the law, statutes, and commandments. Like his way gets no respect when his way is the one way that fixes everything. Yes, sir. His way is the one way. Not only is the one way nobody has ever tried, but it's the one way that has 5,000-year history of being successful. Like we reading 5,000 years of us doing this and it working. That's it. And every time we read about one of them events, we read how we didn't listen. Yep. Until he had to come and beat our ass and fix it. Yeah. And here we are again. And here we are again, not doing what it is that he said. This is insane, man. Doing the same thing. This is insane. Let's turn down the temperature. Let the Edomites turn it down and stop seeking to wipe us out. And that's another thing, if I could, real quick, and I yield. Like they can't wipe us out enough. Like just like an abuser. You see a cat, like he abused his woman. He beating her all the time. I don't know if you ever lived next to somebody or knew somebody in the hood growing up, always beating his woman. Every time you see it, he busting upside the head. He going at it until one day he go too far. So one day he injured her in a way that he could almost have killed her, or maybe kill her or something, and then she finally leave, or the cops lock him up, or something happens. That's how we live. Like this man has abused and killed and lynched and murdered and raped and robbed. Now his latest piece of fun is turning us all into gay men. That's his latest, let's do something else to him. Let's have some more fun with him. Now it's turn us all into gay men now. That's the latest experiment. It's like we an animal that he wants to have control over, but we keep getting out of control. So he got to keep trying new things. Maybe we'll lock him up this time like he did with Clinton, locked up tons of us in these prisons. Well, maybe we'll dope them up like they did in the 60s. We'll bring in heroin. We'll dope them all up. Well, why don't we try it again? We'll use crack this time. It's not as expensive. Did that in the 80s. Like every now and then he come. We should turn the temperature down. Stop the violence on the Lord's chosen people. Right. Face the fact that we are living in the reincarnation of ancient Egypt. And just like ancient Egypt, God is bringing prophecy to destroy Egypt for the crimes they committed against the Lord's chosen people. And nobody can stop that. What you could do is turn down the goddamn temperature. Turn down the hate on us.
Right.
Like how much more poor and destroyed. Have you seen Atlanta, Georgia? How'd you go down to Atlanta? You wouldn't even believe it. You wouldn't believe it. I stepped out in the streets in Atlanta, 500, I'm not exaggerating. No cap. 500 homeless in Atlanta, Georgia. I couldn't believe it. Any other place, man, it would be, you know what it would be. 500 blacks and Latinos living on the street. It was 100 and something degrees outside. I don't even know how they was out there. 100 and something degrees outside. They sweating the sweat running off of them like water. T-shirts drenched. Some of them no T-shirts. Some doped up, eating a half a sandwich. Somebody trying to get something to drink. No vendors around. Just massive. It looks like every city around Atlanta and in Atlanta, this is where they dump off the homeless in this inner city. Yeah. This inner city is like the repository where probably Alabama, Birmingham, Nashville. I don't know.
Outside of Georgia,
Yeah,
wherever
right.
they at, Georgia.
Right. In the suburbs of
Yeah.
Georgia, it looked like they dumped all the homeless right there. You know what I'm saying? God's chosen people, and they all messed up. And when you talk to them, you go out there and get on that street and you start speaking and you start talking to them, you could almost reverse engineer how they got here.
Yeah.
Like you talk to them for a couple minutes and you're gonna reverse engineer how, okay, I see you was getting high. I see before you was getting high, you was in church. I see while you was in church, you got molested. I see before that, you used to be close to your grandma. You could damn near reverse engineer the cat all the way back to his beginning and see it was definitely because of the evil of these religions and politicians and politics that they was able to come in, brainwash the Lord's chosen, and destroy us off the bat. The fact that the Republican Party, and I'm going to yield after this, y'all, the fact that the Republican Party has to be the party to defend the abortion genocide. That's what we should marry them two words together. The abortion genocide. The fact that the Republican Party, who's as racist as they could be, has to be the party to defend that genocide is insanity. It's not one black leader, especially a female, except maybe what's her name? Candace Owens. I think she against abortion. I'm not even sure she is. She probably the only black woman who dare have enough gumption to come up against abortion and the genocidal murder of God's chosen people. Yeah, let's turn the temperature down. Let's stop funding Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
Since we're gonna stop, so we're gonna slow some killing down. Oh, I think it's a good idea.
Right.
Joe, I'm with you.
That's it.
I'm with you, Joe. Let's cut the $500 million y'all giving to Planned Parenthood. And above all, can you please tell Kamala Harris to shut her goddamn mouth up about killing our babies, please, Joe? Can you do that for us? Salakia, y'all. You man, I yield.
Sir, unless you wanted to, I had something I wanted to show Commander General YAHANNA about turning the temperature down. That's what Joe Biden said. Let me tell you something else that happened this week. That happened about when Donald Trump was president.
God.
I could never be involved in politics, never, because you know what's going to happen right now with Black Democrats. They're going to have to love Donald Trump. Joe Biden removed all of his campaign ads from TV about Donald Trump when he got winged at that attempt.
Yeah.
If you're a Black Democrat now, with all of the racism that Donald Trump has given you, you're going to have to now pray for him and not talk bad about him. You're going to have to unite. Let me tell you what Donald Trump would do. There was a shooting called the Uvalde shooting. It happened when Donald Trump was president. 21 children, babies, that were in ages like in the 5th grade, 3rd grade down to kindergarten in Uvalde, Texas. All Mexicans, all the chosen people of God. But the police stayed in the hallway and they never went in to rescue those children.
I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I have a news article from when that happened.
Come on.
Go ahead and play that. Go ahead and read that, please.
Colonel Wakan addressing NRA in
This
Houston.
is when? This is 2022.
2022, sir.
2 years ago.
Go ahead. Just so you know, 21 children, while the police were outside of the room,
scared.
Not outside the building.
Right.
Outside of the room. Never went in. But Donald Trump is pro-police. The police are his base. 21 Mexican babies died. Here's Donald Trump right after in 2022. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, sir, addressing NRA in Houston, Donald Trump rejects gun regulations and calls for school safety overhaul.
They said, Donald Trump, will you rehaul, the gun laws? Will you do something to go to people's houses who have restraining orders or they're not mentally fit? Will you outlaw something? Will you do anything about the gun laws? Donald Trump said no. He's doing nothing. And then now Saturday, someone attempts to do to him what they did in Uvalde. And if you are a Black Democrat, you're going to have to pray for Donald Trump and not say anything bad about him. Come into the Israelite School of UPK. come in here where it is clear who's right and who's wrong. It's a clear direction. It's a clear path.
Yes.
We all know what is right, and we're bound to do it. You said something about the black poor people in Atlanta, which was so true, that I have noticed my whole time in the truth. But I never understood it till you just said it. Whenever you go to, you're at a camp, and every brother in the school will know this, especially in the South for some reason. If you're at camp and you're battling a Christian, the Christian is clearly on drugs, clearly schizophrenic, and somehow still clearly knowledgeable of Christian belief at the exact same time.
And confident.
Oh my, listen, they're on drugs.
Yes.
But they go, you shouldn't judge. God said don't judge. You're not supposed to judge anybody. That's hate. And you go, all at once.
Right.
You're a crackhead, abused as a child, and a theologian.
Yes.
And you can see it like they're naked.
Yes.
They're scratching and they need to get high, and they say, but God so loved the world that he only gave. They go, Dad, you a Bible expert on top of a crackhead. And I noticed it for years. I never realized until you just said it just now. How is that possible?
Exactly.
Like, how can you be so knowledgeable on how we should not judge?
Yes.
And we should not hate white people. They know that's wrong. Why?
Yeah.
For John 3:16 doth say,
yeah.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Do you have any crack?
Right. Like,
somebody research that.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody, what's going on there?
Listen, you're right. It's as though they put something in them that is damn near as strong as the crack. Like the crack's supposed to make them leave the God.
Yes.
They take the God with them to the crack house.
That's correct.
They in there, and Jesus said, and blow and spark the pipe up. What you're saying is so right out. Which means that shit got to be destroyed.
It has to, right?
Like, it's taking us down the river to death.
That's right.
With between pills and syrup and that, you know what I mean? And now again, what you're saying is so right, because now the whole latest thing is now you're gonna have to battle them sodomites.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to battle them sodomites now. You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad because we've been injected with a whole bunch of confusion on what a man and woman is in a relationship. Like, we got to start all over. I thought we were so ahead with the work of the Lord, but we got to go all the way back and start again now.
That's right.
And explain this whole part again.
That's right.
Which is supposed to be the basic thing that all of us is supposed to already know. What you're saying is so right out. And they stick on that thing like it's glue. And meanwhile, you looking at them like damn near them destroyed supposed to be the proof.
You would think.
Like, if we having a debate, I'm smoking crack. I'm supposed to at least know you are not, whatever you saying is winning.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm saying, I'm not winning.
Right.
What is going on here? Not them. And that's why the Lord got to expose that nakedness. He got to show it. He got to expose it and destroy it. We got to be led by men of God. That's how we got to be led. We got every nation has their identity, their religion, their God, their so-called constitution. Everybody has it. We have it also. Ours is not being able to be utilized. That's the whole damn problem. So lock you, Jim. Damn right. That's a good point you brought up, man. Good point. Just Art and Pain said something heavy. She said, never did I think the question, what is a woman, would ever be asked. I'm assuming that's a ever.
Hardcore.
Right.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Never did she think it would even have to be asked.
Yeah, you're right.
But meanwhile, it's got to be asked. We got a mission on our hand. And let me tell you something. Every last one of us on this mission is extremely valuable. Any man that would change his heart and say, I lived one way, I'm now going to be a different man. And as I become this different man, I'm going to take up on this righteousness that comes from God, and I'm going to make sure I spread it. You are extremely valuable. Let me prove it to you. Give me the scripture you die where the Lord says she'll make a man more precious than fine gold. Get that for me. And is it the same one that says 7 women will take hold? Is that the same one or two different? Give me 7 women then. Give me 7 women, or give me both of them. I'll just run them both real quick. Let me tell you something. It may not look like it right now, this second, this moment, but you are extremely valuable if you come into this truth, man and woman. Yeah. Sisters in this truth are valuable too, because many sisters are gonna run from this truth. They're gonna fear. Let me tell you something. An abuser uses fear to control his victim or her victim. This abuser over you, and you should look at him like an abuser, then you will begin to unravel his abuse. You will begin to unravel, what makes him control us and manipulate us the way he does. And we should unravel his hold on us, his fear on us. And brother, we're gonna get free from it. Go ahead,
the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
Right. The Lord will make us more precious than fine gold. And you are now. You are now, because what you holding now, if you're an I.S.U.P.K, what you holding now, and it should clearly be precious to you for this reason. Look how many men tried and failed. Christ said many called, few chosen. Look how many men tried and failed. You got to try and not fail and decide you ain't never going to fail. You ain't never going to fail because you ain't never going to give up. Long as you living, they're gonna have to put you in the box before you give up. If you put your head there, you're gonna be where you need to be to get a job like this done. And then you become extremely valuable. You become extremely valuable because this is not a job many men will hold up in. And it's not a job most women, I don't want to say most women, that's not true, because the sisters done proved me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I used to say most women, but that's not true no more. This is not a job every woman is gonna stand up in. You know what I mean? The pressure come like Christ said, some fall on stony ground. And before you know it, they get washed away. Yeah. But you should hold for a great thing that the Lord is going to give. And as we get closer and it gets worse and they become greater in their white supremacy and all that, let those be signs to you that we are closer to where we got to get. Understand this, the Lord controls this world. Regardless of what a man, like Pharaoh thought he could rule and he was great and full of vanity and selfishness. It didn't mean nothing when that army drowned. You know what I'm saying? Like the worse it gets is the closer you are to the Lord delivering us. Because when they was out there in that wilderness and that ground, before that ground opened up, brother, they was ready to kill Moses. They was ready to wipe him out. They was like, we gonna kill you. You brought us out here, man, to die in this wilderness, to shame us. Like, they was gonna kill him. And the men that was with him, man, he was an old man by that time. But the Lord was with him. And the Lord opened up that ground, and they watched them Egyptians drown before their very eyes. Like, that's where you going. And that's the kind of God you riding. Mm-hmm. He the kind of God that waits to the last minute. Mm-hmm. You see what he did with Abraham. Abraham, like, he up on the hill with the knife, like, you ain't gonna really make me kill this nigga, is he? The Lord sitting there like, hurry up, nigga, we going. He at the last minute, like, I guess I gotta go do him in. And boom, the Lord put him out and tell him don't kill him. Like, that's the God you with. So that's why when you facing it, make sure you facing it. When you facing it and the pressure's on, make sure you look right in it and say, I'm going all the way. Now you shout. Because I'm not going to stop. Like, don't let the Lord punk you out. Don't be like, I can't do it, Lord. Like, oh, look at you, bitch ass. Don't let the Lord punk you. The Lord's going to try you to the board. Go to the board. If you go to the board, he's going to deliver you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't get broken. All right? Like, that's how he rides. That's the God you serve. But he's the baddest of the bad. He's going to show you how bad he is, but how he don't flinch on the pressure. Because I know at that last minute, brother, and where Moses had to say, look, man, why, come on. Why, what we supposed to do? He opened up that river, brother. I mean, I could imagine what that must have been like. He opened up that river, man. Them Egyptians ran down in there, and he said it. Moses said it. He said, behold, for thou shalt not see the Egyptian army no more. God damn, that's something to hear. And watch their whole army get drowned before your eyes. It's like, what you gonna do after that? Yeah. It's like, he real. Yep. And brother, that's the world that you living in, not the world they created. They created a world where they abuse you and make themselves look like They are beyond. That's why we can't believe Donald Trump got shot at.
That's right.
Because they make a world where you can't believe anything could happen to them because they win in every way, every movie, everything. They just winning all the time, and you losing all the time. So it don't look like that until the Lord comes. Then you become the winner, and that's the world you being called into. I'm yield. I salak. I mean to run with it. You know, man.
You got it. You die.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Come. Salak.
Another story?
Yeah, what we got? What else we got out big? Anything?
Nothing big.
Everything was nothing as big as him.
Trump. Yeah. Any more Donald Trump surrounding stories?
Okay. Hit us. And any other violent ones that need to be turned down? Where some violence took place towards the Lord's chosen, because it's happening every day.
I believe I have one.
Come on with it.
I sent it to you. I don't remember. I might not have. I might send it to you earlier. This happened in Springfield, Illinois, a week ago. 1 week ago. You won't ever hear about it on the news. You didn't hear about it before the Donald Trump shooting, because it doesn't matter. There was a sister in Springfield, Illinois, and she called a so-called black woman from the tribe of Judah, the chosen people of God. She called the police because she believed that there was an intruder in her home. She called the police, and the police, of course, on cue, unalived her in the house. And remember, they knew it was a woman. They knew that she called, and when they saw her, they unalived her. The police in Springfield, Illinois. Do you have that? Now, of course, you know, this barely made any news at all. It meant nothing at all. This is a situation. I would pray that one day the police would turn down the temperature, that they might go into a home if a woman calls the police, and when they see the first woman, they wouldn't shoot her, because I would hope they would relax. I hope they would turn the temperature down. So
yes,
when the brothers will have the story when you get these stories are happening all the time. Once again, there are virtually 2 mass shootings every month. A lot of them you don't even hear about them at all, and you won't hear about them in any way unless there's profitable for some election. But there's 20 a year. There's 12 months in a year. So you can just do the math on that one. All right.
And let me tell y'all, with the amount of preachers, first give it up, gentlemen. Like with the amount of preachers and deacons and congregations that there are in the United States, with this kind of death and killing and destruction on us, both of Esau and of our own, you would think that if these were men of God, they would be going in the streets like we do. They would be going bananas, and they would be big enough that nobody could stop.
Yeah.
Like if you brought all the preachers together and took them out of them tight ass suits they in and put some clothes on them, they would be an army of brothers that could stop anything they wanted. But they're the problem. They the problem until the Lord raised these prophets up. Like they're the problem. Like they supposed to, like if they cared about this nation, they supposed to be in the streets like maniacs. They're supposed to be like maniacs in these streets. Meanwhile, they congregations get no help. Their congregations get almost no help from them, and let alone any kind of mental help.
Please.
That's almost non-existent, the kind of mental help. But listen, pick up that mantle that Christ said. Christ said, pick up that mantle and follow. How's it go?
Pick up that cross and follow after me.
Give it to me. We'll wrap up with this. We at the end anyway. So let's get something from our king on this, man. Greatest king to ever walk the face of the earth. Greatest king that would ever be mentioned in the annals of the history of the Israelite school of UPK and of all nations on this earth. This king got it in. You want to start there, or you need to go above it? Go ahead.
Come in the book of Matthew, chapter 16 and verse 24. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
Let him deny himself. You preachers in them churches, you better get ready to deny yourself, because you about to lose it all. That's what these brothers did. When I came up out them projects out, I said, I'm putting it behind me, man. I'm going to go do what I got to do. You know what I mean? And my family supported me on it, man. You know what I mean? I didn't support them. I was supporting the truth. But they supported me and backed me up on it. And I got down with them. And that's why to this day, you might see them, they pop up around, or as you see them around me, I'm going to try to get them all to come down to the Passover. They may not be in this body, but there was a time when they supported me when nobody was around. When I was young and they thought I was a lunatic. You know what I'm saying? They looked out for me. When I needed a hot meal or was struggling in Harlem, and we did, you know, way back in them days, they was there. They was there. They thought I was crazy. They thought I was a nut. But they said, shit, he's still family. Send that nigga a few dollars. Make sure he ain't kill himself in there. Is he smoking crack? What he doing? I was in there reading them scriptures is what I was doing. And so for those brothers and sisters that supported us along the way, man, you know what I mean? You ain't going to lose your reward. You get a prophet's reward according to the scriptures. And they all do get them now. Everybody that have helped us along the way, we here for you. We'll give you counsel. We'll feed you. We'll do whatever we can. Whatever's in our means to do, we do it for a stranger. We're going to do it for you. You understand? We don't throw away our brotherhood on anybody. So understand that this is the body of Christ. And you preachers get ready because you failed the Lord. You failed to on him. Now, I told y'all the new trend now, right? The new trend is they're getting preachers with beards. Did I tell y'all about it? Oh, they got a new trend going on. They hurting so bad that they taking now, they hiring ministers and having them grow their beards. And what they do is they taking them out the suits and they putting them in dark clothes. Watch when you go through the channels, you're going to see. They got dark clothes on and they got beards and they masculine. They ain't the Sodom, they pushing them sodomites to the back. I think the sodomites is catching a bad one all the way around. Because the black woman done got hip to his game.
That's correct.
The black woman know he's trying to replace her. So she's getting rid of him. And they losing congregation. So now they bringing them in there. I coming through here on Sunday, brother. Now, you know, back in the day, that Potter's house, brother, they used to spill out on this street like they ruled this street. I come up here Sunday, brother. They had a half crazy Chinese man standing outside with a mic, saying some Christianity. I said, now that's good. That's the way it should be. I said, that's the way it should be. That garbage poisoning us with that garbage, gassing our women up, lying to us, destroying our families, giving us no way forward, demonizing black men. Trying to belittle and marginalize us and make us nothing. We are the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel, the greatest people to ever walk the face of the earth. We will rule the kingdoms of this earth again under Yahawashi, man. Y'all support us, man. Support the truth. I.S.U.P.K.com, man. We do it up every Monday night. I got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up. General Hazayan, give it up. General Micah Allah will be back. Officer Moran and his whole squad up in there in the building tonight. Officer Yediah, Officer Mathumium, all of y'all niggas in here, man. Officer Ibaya, y'all, man. We'll see y'all next time live on the U.P.K, y'all. One West. That's right, Kazakwana. Yeah. That's right, sis. See y'all next time. Shalom.
Damn right.
This knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. When we finally were able to arrange for the priest to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and six-shield general, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahar. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho. From there, we'd like to introduce five shield general and priest Maria Allah. We'd like to salute this brother. Macho. Next.
respect the Most High, then you're going to be subject to whatever these evil forces are doing in these cities around the country. Okay, now, I know we don't have much time, but I want to give way to some of the other captains and generals. Since we're here, I'm sure there are questions that you'd like to ask us and things that perhaps the generals and the priests would like to talk to you about. So I'm going to give away to Priest Ariella. And also, like I'm saying, if there's any questions that you have, you can present it to the brothers, okay? You can raise your hand, and they'll take your questions. I'd like to say shalom to all the brothers and sisters. First of all, I'd like to have a priest come go to, where we at?
We're in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 12. And I'll read that.
And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you, and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you.
The reason why I'm bringing that scripture out is first, all praises to Yahweh Shai, and to the elders of Israel, and also to YAHANNA, this brother that's over this camp. And I really, I'm very impressed about the brother, and I see the work that he's doing, and we all want to work. This example that he set here is what we would like to have all over the earth, to raise our people up and teach them the truth. And I would like to say to you brothers that's out here, Haridakia, Yahawada, Devaryala, Rapayala, you brothers, can you stand up a minute, you brothers? Payala, the other brothers, can you call them in here?
Payala and Devaryala here.
Okay, and I'd like to salute you brothers also, if I may. Yahweh Shemi Awashah Rakatham. And may the Most High bless y'all, man. May the Most High shower y'all with great blessings, because what you're doing is for your people. And I would like the brothers and sisters here to really think upon that these brothers have sacrificed, and what they're doing, what YAHANNA have done by building these brothers up is a sacrifice. We're trying to follow in the steps of Christ. We're not perfect, but we're trying to follow in the steps of Christ. And these brothers have made this possible for you brothers and sisters to come here and get this knowledge and see that our people are wise. We are intelligent people. And that more of our people need to see this coming from us. And we need more strong young brothers, such as these brothers, that can go out and set up schools, and where we can bring our people together. This is love. This is love. And it's really beautiful. I want to read this in the book of Romans. When Paul was, Romans the 16th chapter, I'm not going to read all of it, but the 16th chapter of Romans is about Paul when he's greeting and saluting the brothers and sisters that help. It's good for you brothers and sisters to go back and read this. I'm just going to jump. I'm in verse 1. I commend unto you Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church, which is at Centuria. There was sisters back there that was helping and supporting. That you receive her in the Lord as becoming saints, that ye assist her in whatsoever business she had need of you. For she have been a secure of many, and myself also. And as you go down, I'm going to jump down, verse 6. Greet Mary, who bestowed much labor on us. Verse 8. Greet Amphilius, my beloved in the Lord. Verse 9. Salute Urban, our helper in Christ, and Statius, my beloved. Verse 10. Salute Amphilius, approved in Christ. Salute them which are of Aristobulus' household. Verse 11. Salute Herod, my kinsman. As you see in this chapter here, Paul is saluting the brothers and sisters that helped, that was back there. And we're back again helping and building our people and bringing them in. This is our last captivity. And for brothers and sisters to, these brothers making this move is so powerful.